So a few weeks ago, you saw me build my brother a PC for £140 and then upgrade the processor. What if I said we upgraded the PC for the same cost as the original parts? So the motherboard we will be installing is a Gigabyte socket 1155 board that cost £35 from eBay, which has plenty of features and supports newer DDR3 RAM compared to the old board. The processor is an Intel i5-2400, which was kindly given to me by UG47. His link will be in the description. The chip is clocked at 3.1 GHz and is a quad core. This means that the CPU is 4 cores and 4 threads, which usually goes for around £25 on the used market. The RAM is two 4GB sticks of DDR3 clocked at 1333 MHz, which is plenty for a system of this type. The RAM costs £14 from WeBuy UK. Now, this box, which is a GTX 970 box, may deceive you, as the card I actually bought was a GTX 760 2GB for £34 from eBay. They just happened to arrive in a GTX 960 box for some reason. I also managed to get this PCIe Belkin Wi-Fi adapter for the low £5 from eBay on bids, but mainly because it's an older card with not a lot of range, but will get my brother connected to the Wi-Fi when he needs it. And to power all this is a brand new EVGA 500 watt 80 plus watt power supply that costs £40 on Amazon UK, which are good power supplies and I've had no issues with them in the past. Actually, I have a 600 watt version of this in my own system and will be plenty to power my brother's system. So let's get to the build. So we used the original case, SSD, HDD and CPU cooler for this build, so the PC still looks pretty much the same inside but with that nicer looking MSI GTX 760 installed. So let's test some games. As this is my brother's PC, I'm pretty limited to what games I can test out today due to his lack of storage space. First game that I tested out, which he had installed, was Fortnite with the high settings with epic textures at 1080p. This gave us an average frame rate of 56 FPS, a 1% low of 0.1 FPS and a 0.1% low of 0.1 FPS. However, these lows were not noticeable and seemed to be happening more at loading screens or loading into the lobby, which has been seen on systems that are better than this as well. The next game that I tested out was GTA 5 with a mixture of normal and high settings at the 1080p resolution. This netted us an average frame rate of 47 FPS, a 1% low of 28 FPS and a 0.1% low of 13 FPS in the in-game benchmark. But again, this is a worst case scenario as this benchmark can be a bit more taxing than the actual game itself, and these drops weren't noticeable in the benchmark. General usage was great and snappy. As you can see, it can run Sony Vegas completely fine with no slowdown even when scrubbing and adding multiple files. However, render times will be long with a 20-minute video with lots of features taking over an error to render due to the processor only having 4 threads. So, to conclude, was this upgrade worth it for my brother? Yes, definitely, as this PC is a lot faster than the one he started out with, and it can run all games he wants it to. This type of PC is also worth building as a first gaming PC if you're on a tighter budget. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.